Okay, I've hooked up my sleeping quarters for tonight. It's a little bit unusual, but we will give it a crack. So one thing I will do, I will put part of what you're going to see here in the bivy video and part of what you're going to see here in the poncho video, because I just think the two are interlinked, you know, in a way. So this is the system that I've come up with here. It's just gone 4 in the afternoon, so we're still 2 hours of daylight left, but this is a system I've come up with. It's probably not perfect, and probably would have paid to make this pole a little bit longer so that this pole isn't touching, but it is touching, but it doesn't matter because I've put some tissue up there just to protect the top of that. But I've basically pitched the bivy, which you saw in the bivy video, and I basically just put the poncho kind of over the top of it, and I have to say I think it's quite effective. The wind is due to be coming from the north or northeast, which is approximately in this direction, so wind could very well get underneath there, but I've more pitched it, you know, for general protection rather than specific protection. And the main reason why I've pitched it at all is I don't really want to spend part of the evening in there and then, you know, just before I go to sleep, come out here and, you know, get settled down here and go to sleep. That's not really quite my idea of fun, to be honest. So I'd rather, when I get into bed, I'm in bed and then that's it. And when I fall asleep, I fall asleep. And I like to cook and I like to eat, obviously, because I still do cooking. And I like to watch a film. And obviously, if I don't have some coverage, I'm not going to be able to do most of those things, especially watch a film if there's dew falling. I don't want the tablet getting wet. So that's effectively why I've set this up, you know, so I can watch something, and also, you know, hopefully I will be able to keep the mesh part open all night this way for, you know, a little bit extra air, you know, in there. So this is basically my setup. I've just put one pole right next to where I, you know, will be getting in to keep it as central as possible. And then I've just put long lines on the sides, lines on the middle, a long line at the back, obviously just to keep it raised off the ground and away from the line that's holding the bivy itself up, which hopefully you can see there. And then the two corners I've just pegged directly, you know, to the ground. The super mid I will leave in position and collapse that down tomorrow. I could jump in that in an emergency, but I really cannot see any need for that. This should be, you know, more than adequate. I can't see that the trails, the super mid's giving me much more protection than this will. It's giving me more comfort, but tonight we're going to go to see how this goes rather than pure comfort. But I think it'll be comfortable enough. I've slept in this bivy pretty much 12 plus hours, more like 18 really, because I went to bed yesterday around about 6 o'clock, and it's now 12 o'clock lunchtime the next day. So I've been in here for, you know, what's that, 18 odd hours. And it's just been me, the bivy. I've used this as a little bit of a windbreak. It's acted as a windbreak. If there'd been any rain, it would have just kept the rain off my head, primarily because I like to have an area where I can, you know, spread out. I've got to have spread out space. I don't think I could do bivy without something over my head, because I like to have space, as I say. Maybe next summer, you know, when there's little or no dew, you know, I might try it then. Other than that, we will see, maybe in the spring. But like I said, the thing is with me, I like to have, you know, I like to be able to cook and eat and watch a film of an evening. So I always have to have something up just to give me coverage for that. But it worked well. There was a little bit of moisture on the inside, but it wasn't very much. But then there was very little moisture overnight, very little condensation, dew. Yeah, it was quite a dry night, surprisingly. Quite a dry night. There was virtually no rain. Like 5 spots of rain fell about 2 o'clock, and other than that, it's been a dry, crisp. It hasn't even been crisp. It was about, I don't know what the temperature was. I'll look later, but I don't think it went much below 8 degrees, to be honest. There was always cloud cover, and I think the cloud cover kept it at around about 8 degrees. So yeah, I was very comfortable in here. So the only thing is, obviously I shifted a lot, as you probably always do in these types of beds and things. So, you know, I had sort of moved downhill, you know, a fraction, but you know, it was very comfortable and plenty of air. I never felt claustrophobic in here. But this is like the other MLD bivvies. You know, you do get, even when you do them up, you do get, you know, breathing space inside them. Even though they are obviously more coffin-like than even an Acto tent or something like that. You know, they aren't a tent, they are a bivvy. And based on that, I have to say they're comfortable enough for what they are. Anyway, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to work all this editing and everything out, but if that's the end of this section, then thanks for watching, and you know, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, etc, etc, and we'll be using the bivvy again, most definitely at some point in the future. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.